Hello again. One of the more puzzling aspects of transsexuality for many people is the number of men who wish to dress and be accepted as women while hanging on to their genitals. It looks to the objective observer as though they wish to have the best of both worlds, a female identity combined with a male body. Very few of those who have appeared in the news in recent years as so-called trans women have any intention of undergoing what used to be known colloquially as a sex change operation. Such people resemble in many ways what were once known as transvestites, that is to say, men who had a desire to dress as women and be known by a female name from time to time. All this is fine by me. I don't in the least mind what folks get up to in their own homes, although of course these days such behaviour is no longer restricted to private premises or clubs which cater for those with certain predilections. Indeed, you can scarcely open your newspaper without seeing a photograph of somebody whose interests lie in this direction. Well, I suppose times change, and so do views on what is normal conduct for people in public places. There seems to me to be at any rate a touch of exhibitionism about the public appearances of some transsexuals, but again it doesn't really affect me. With this apparent desire to have functioning male genitals while looking like a woman externally, it was probably inevitable that sooner or later one of these men would try to take the next and logical step, which was to have a vagina surgically constructed while still keeping his penis. Somebody described as being non-binary in Canada is attempting to get the state to finance this extraordinary procedure, and I confess I'm wholly at a loss to know how it would be performed, even in theory. Usually the testicles are removed and the penis turned inside out before being inserted into the cavity where the scrotum was, to construct a rough replica of a vagina. That's what you might call the standard sex change operation these days. How this might be managed without removing the penis, or presumably the testicles either, is baffling. I mean, where would you put the vagina? I'm following this case. I give a link to a news item about it in the description to this video with great interest. Unless I am very much mistaken, this will trigger a rash of demands for such surgery. You must remember that what are now routine procedures in the field, castration and the making of a pseudo-vagina, were a few years ago experimental. If this particular operation can be pulled off, then there are sure to be others who will want it. The idea of being non-binary is very popular these days, as are men who wish to have some of the attributes of women without losing that vital part of the male anatomy, the penis. I don't doubt for a moment that some of them will be queuing round the block if they hear it's possible for them actually to own a vagina while keeping their own genitals intact. It would be like a dream come true. I think we're going to see some fairly interesting developments in this field in the future.